Yo, what's good, people? I know it's been a long time, but your boy been gone for a minute, but I'm finally back on YouTube, rebranded it. Hey, and it's straight talk with Ken too, this page, it's gonna be totally different now. We just gonna get into some very hot topics, but it's gonna overall be some good stuff. We're gonna be lighthearted, but we're gonna have to tackle some serious conversations as well. And I got my boy Antoine. Me add him back. Antoine, this my good friend Antoine. I wanted him to join in and talk on this topic tonight. Uh, and the topic tonight is talking about, do you want to be a stepdaddy? Do you want to be a stepdaddy? So that's the topic for tonight. Do you want to be a stepdaddy? We're gonna talk about all the things that go along with being a stepdaddy tonight. Antoine, how you doing tonight?
Man, pretty good. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm trying to stream this joint to the social media.
Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I don't even know how to log out this one. Man. What's up, people? Party people, how you feeling? How you feeling?
You going
Yeah,
in? You black out on me again?
yeah. Give me just a second. I'm streaming this joint to these social media pages.
All right, all good.
Yeah, give me a little quick.
But yeah, why Antoine get that together? But yeah, folks, so I made a post today. Not today. I forgot what day. What day that was. I made that post. Uh, like 3 days ago. 3 days ago, I made the post about I wanted the stepdaddies to chime in on being a stepdad. Got a lot of comments from the people that I know and people that's my Facebook friends. And most of the guys had good things to say about being a stepfather. They stepped up to the plate, did the thing. Um, but a lot of the guys talk about, it's not easy, it's hard. It's not the easiest thing to do. Um, you gotta, it take a special type of person to, in my opinion, to play that role. Not any and everybody can do that particular role. So we had a lot of stepfathers that came up and chime in on the post. So we're gonna talk a little more about it. Uh, and a lot of you guys, y'all have the link, to join in on the conversation. So Antoine, as soon as you get through going in and out, man, we can talk about it, man. Going in and out, like man,
Man,
listen,
hey, listen, man. Tell them to grab a drink, man. Go fill their cup up. Go fill up
man, we
their
live,
pre-roll.
man.
Hey,
Yeah, we
tell,
live.
hey,
Nah,
tell them,
you going in and out.
hey,
You going
hey,
in
tell them
and
to get a
out.
pre-roll going, man. You know what I'm
You
saying?
supposed to be ready, man. You supposed to
Hey,
be ready.
hey, I'm ready and I'm on time, man.
Oh man, we definitely on time. So, Anton, what you think about being a stepfather? What you think about the whole ideal of being a stepfather?
Uh, each one teach one. I mean, it just depends on the man. I mean, it just depends on the dynamic and what they want. Um,
Yeah.
it ain't for everybody. It ain't for every man. Some men don't want someone else's children. You know what I mean? Some men want their
Mm-hmm.
own children, their children only. But it's a good thing too. If you already have children as a father, then it's good to be with a woman who has children too. You know what I mean? Because now she has the experience as a mother. She has the experience of co-parenting, what that looks like, whether
Mm-hmm.
good or bad, right? And
Yeah.
for me, it just creates a wholesome dynamic where there's experience in that space. Because sometimes a woman can say, I know how to be a mother when they don't have children. But it's a different connection when a woman does have children because now she gets to
Mm-hmm.
experience what that feels like for a child to come through her womb, right? She gets to feel the emotions of being connected to a child that she had to carry for 9 months. There's a different relationship, right? Likewise, for a man, he can be a father without having children. He can teach them many things, but there's a different thing that comes into place when he has his own children. So being a stepfather is a great thing. It's a blessing.
Yeah.
Grateful,
Yeah.
grateful.
And you know what? I think a lot of time people think, we rag hard on stepfathers. I really don't. I don't look down on stepfathers. I think it's a commendable job to do. I think uh we need stepfathers. We need men that's willing to step up to the plate
Yeah,
and wanna be there for kids that no in most situations would not have another male present in their lives. So I definitely think it's important for them to have stepfathers um in their lives. So but I think at the same time we gotta be real. Men need to know what they're getting themselves into when becoming a stepfather too. Because if you go into the situation blind, you would be caught off guard by a lot of different things that you may not be privy to
like what?
beforehand.
Like
So I
what?
think it's in what you say.
Like what?
Oh, well, you dealing with another man. You gotta like when them kids are in your home, you got to deal with another male presence that may or may not have an influence on what goes on in your home. Because you got to think about some biological fathers are heavily involved with their kids. Because regardless of what people say out there, black men, I think the study came out, black men are the most involved fathers
Yeah,
and out of all the groups of men. So just because that child is your home don't mean the man is not actively in that child life. So you got to deal with that dynamic. You don't know what type of dude you're gonna be dealing with. It's
yeah,
like flipping a coin. You don't know what you're gonna get.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you got to know that part too. Everybody think every stepfather is every person that's a stepdaddy dealing with a kid that don't have involved father
yeah.
around. you know. So that's one thing.
True, true. That comes, but maturity comes into play too. You know what I mean? And leaving the channel open for conversations to happen. Uh, especially if his daughter's involved. You know, I have daughters too, so being mindful of the men that come in and out or that may be present with their mothers is very important. But also having an understanding of conversation. I believe a lot of things can happen with conversation, but you know, in reality, that's not always the case. But at the same time, I think that men with children have to get on the same page too. Whereas make it about the child. You know, of course, we can say, you know, have some men, hey, I don't want no other man around my child. Well, sir, you know, that can be true to you, but at the same time, what is the mother supposed to do? You know, be
Yeah.
single until the child get grown. So we also have to be mindful, you know. A lot of times it's not just men, you know, human beings can be quite selfish because we're not very
Mm-hmm.
mindful or very empathetic or very compassionate towards
Yeah.
someone else outside of ourselves. So this conversation to me leans more towards mindfulness. You know what I mean? Like, brother, you don't want this woman around your child. Let's practice mindfulness. What do you want her to do that's healthy, right? In a space where this child can have a balanced household when you're not present because you're not in this household. So, what is your solution to that? You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
just, and just being
Now,
able, yeah, yeah.
let's just say, for instance, your ex and your daughters were living with your ex, and she had a new man move in the house. How would you go about that dynamic, or talking to your daughter's new stepfather?
Well, the conversation would be, are they getting married? Like, what's their plan? First, I need to have the conversation with the mother about what's the plan. You know, what does that look like? What does this
Mm-hmm.
future look like as far as you guys, right? What does this dynamic look like first, right? Is this
Mm.
temporary? Is this a long term? Is this just we're seeing how it goes? You know, let's have that conversation first, and then from that space, I can determine and gauge how I need to go about, you know, handling this situation. Uh, that's the best way to go about it. I can't
Mm,
just attack that brother, or I can't just go straight to that brother and have a conversation without talking to the mother first, because the first relationship is with the mother. It's not with the gentleman. So
mm.
that's how I have that conversation.
Okay. So basically you'll get more information on her plans with the man that she's serious about or engaged to or about to get married to. From that,
Yeah,
that's where you'll get more input. Okay. But
yeah,
do you see a situation where whether it be your ex or any other woman would tell that particular that man in that particular situation that it's none of your business?
yeah. I mean, when it becomes like living in the present, living in reality, in real life, that does happen. You know,
Hmm.
let's be honest. Like that does happen. And when that's happening, then that just leaves the man with a few options. He's just about, for one, okay, if it's none of my business, then I got another option. Let's go the legal route then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Let's talk about custody. Let's talk about 50-50 legal and joint custody. Right? Let's go this route and lay the cards fall where they may. Because I see now that we won't have an understanding. So,
Exactly.
you know, ain't no point of going back and forth with it. You can do that.
Is
Or two, if she says it's none of your business, cool. Now I can go to this gentleman because now he is around my child. So now,
mm-hmm.
if that's that, then that's, and if he don't have no understanding, then now, hey, listen, we got a bad misunderstanding now. So
Exactly, and that's why I ask these questions because when a man is seriously, we talking about men that's seriously involved with women, like they are
yeah, yeah,
been talking for a while, they engaged or about to get married. We ain't talking about the hit it and quit it types, because we all date and talk to single mothers, but we talking about guys that's with past that talking stage, they getting down to the nitty gritty of the relationship. Um,
yeah,
so it's good for guys to know that they need to know how these dynamics work, and because sometimes man we can get caught up in the passion of things,
yeah,
and we don't, and then when it get down to the grind and the nitty gritty of things, you got to start thinking about the other fellow that's involved, her
yeah,
relationship with that person. Like you just said, it could be she might be able to work it out with that guy, or she might be the type, depending on their relationship, she might be like, it ain't none of your damn business.
yeah, yeah,
Then that guy gonna have to come reach out to you,
yeah,
or vice versa. You have to go reach out to that guy.
yeah,
So a lot of those things are don't be discussed beforehand, or most
yeah.
men don't even think about that part till it happens, or
Right.
when the shit hit the
Hit the
fan.
fan. Yeah, 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 yeah.
It-
It is
so
what it is. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. I just encourage brothers, man. Listen, be mature at all times, man. Have some mental fortitude and mental maturation about yourself, and have some understanding. The Bible say this, bro. I like this. I like this verse. It said, "Wisdom is the
oh, he about
principal
to
thing."
take it to church. He about to
Yeah.
take it to church.
Well,
Take
I ain't gonna take it to church. I do
it
believe
to
this.
church. Take it to church.
I can hear the organ playing right now. Hey,
I
but
wish I had some background music for you.
but check it, man. I do believe the Bible has a basic foundation of principles, man, that's good to live by, man. Basic understanding
Okay.
of how to gauge, how to live, how to be, how to show, how to give, how to accept, how to receive, how to forgive, right? All these different beautiful things. So I like to use, and I live by these things. I like to use this foundation of the Bible, bro, in a lot of different spaces like this, right? It says the wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom. But with all thy getting, get an understanding, right? So I believe, like in these spaces, when men can get an understanding, we can have a utopia, right? A
Okay.
blissful, uh, uh, a blissful village, man, of just hope, of just hopefulness. You know what I mean? So in these situations, man, when men we find ourselves in these situations, it's all about getting an understanding, man. You know what I mean? And through the understanding, we can gain wisdom, right? And I
Mm.
believe through that we all can grow. So men lead.
Facts.
That's how we lead. Lead with wisdom and understanding and knowledge, man.
And
What with that wisdom and understanding when that child come and you say, "Hey, you ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy." Hey, no man. That kills a brother. That kills. That's the
Hey man,
stepdaddy kryptonite right there, boy. You ain't my daddy. You ain't my daddy. Hey, it's the stepdaddy kryptonite, man. How? Hey, listen, man. I know they play that in movies, but when you go into being a stepdaddy and that child tells you that, you may or may or not have the authority to even whoop that child, man. Like
you want to whoop that ass, man? You want to spank that ass?
you gotta look at the woman like, can I please can I just do something?
You know, when a child say that, man, typically, not all the time, but when a child typically says that, it's because a parent has placed that inside their heart and mind. It don't and necessarily it don't even have to be a parent. It could be a sibling, it could be a cousin, it could be an aunt, it could be a friend, somebody outside of that child's self.
Ooh,
You know what I mean? Implants that thought and that feeling of emotion inside the child's mind, right?
I ain't think of it like that.
Yeah, man. You gotta understand that children love their parents, their biological parents, but children also love parental figures because
Mm-hmm.
children come out pure, right? Their energy is pure, their intentions are pure, right? So their understanding is pure, and they're uh, sponges, so they get everything. So man, children come out loving a stepdad because if that's all they know, that's all they know. And if they have a dad and they have a stepdad, they love them both equally. Do they want to go with their dad a lot more? Maybe, sure, that's their dad.
Yeah.
But they love their stepdad too until somebody implants a thought into their minds to make them think otherwise. Otherwise, children love
Mm,
purely. Their love is unconditional, right or wrong, right?
yeah. Yeah,
For the
that's
most part,
true. That's
yeah.
true. I never thought of it like that. Yeah, it's somebody putting them seeds in that child head for them to even make that statement. I never
Yeah.
thought of it like that.
Yeah, you got to think about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, if you're 5, 6, 7 years old, 4 or 5, like, what do you know about a stepdad and a dad? Like, what do you know about hating or not loving? Right?
Yeah.
All you want is that love, that warmth, that family. We're made to be family. We're made for family. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then another thing is, I maybe some men do, but I think most men don't think about it like this as well. So I think somebody said it in the comment section on my post. You can go years being with this woman, investing time, energy, and money into this child, and then y'all, for whatever reason, down the road, it can be 3 years, 4, 5, 6, 7 years later, y'all break up. Next thing you know, that woman leave. That woman can leave. She don't give you a chance to say no goodbye to the child. It just cold turkey. Y'all break up. That woman and that child go away out of your life. Guys got to realize that can possibly happen too. You
Absolutely.
done invested energy and time, money, everything, and poured into this child like as it was your child. But then if shit goes wrong, that child is just out of your life.
Yeah,
Period. Point blank.
that's okay. So what?
So what? What you mean? So what?
Tupac got a song that say "Life goes on."
Man,
Life goes on, man.
man, life goes on.
Hey, Donnell
But
Jones saying too. I come to
but
realize that life goes
man,
on, baby. Listen, them
listen.
ain't my babies. Them ain't fuck them kids.
No, see there, see, but no, it ain't fuck them kids because you done treated these kids like your own kid. So mentally, you got it in your head like this is like my child.
Man, listen, brother. You know they say time heal all wounds, which it don't. But guess what? After about a year or two, hey,
Man,
you may still feel a connection, a relationship, but guess what? Them are not your children. When a divorce is over, when it's finalized, that separates everything. You know what I
it
mean?
be some guys that it be some guys not even married. They just been in long term relationships, and
Bye,
that's even worse.
bye. I'm gonna be real. I'm being kind of mean, but I'm gonna
I
be
know
real.
what you. I know.
I'm gonna be real, bro. You know, man, in that kind of situation, so if the children later on want to establish, like, want to stay in contact or relationship with their parents, if their mother's permitted, then it is what it is. If they don't, then that is what it is too. That's not up to the stepfather to go against the mother's wishes, right? Because that's something that the
Mhm.
mother has to eat, right? Accountability comes into play. Whereas, hey, the child has questions, the mother has to answer. Now, when the child gets older and she run across the stepfather, they can have that real conversation. This is what happened. This is how it was. I'm sorry you had to go through this, but
Mhm.
so on and so forth. But goes back to understanding. But other than that, man, that's not that stepfather's place. It's not his role. You know what I mean? That's just how it goes, unfortunately. So just maintaining that understanding is all it is, bro. Sorry. That's
Yeah,
cold. It's
that's
cold. It
it's
sounds cold
cold.
on the man.
Cold.
I feel
Sound
it. It sounds
cold.
cold.
Cold. It sound
But
cold, man.
but let's be real. Isn't life cold? Isn't living cold? Ain't this
Yeah, it's
world
cold.
cold?
It's
It's cold in
cold.
the motherfucker.
It's
So
cold.
I think at times I think it's just we got to be more transparent with our children, man, with these children, because whether we like it or not, as much as we try to protect them or shelter it from it, they're gonna experience this cold world. They're gonna go through
Yeah.
loneliness. They're gonna go through being anxious. They're gonna go through grief. They're gonna go through depression. They're gonna go through worry. They're gonna go through suffering. They're gonna go through stress. Like, they're gonna feel this. They're gonna go through people betraying them. They're gonna go through envy. They're gonna
Mhm.
go through hate. Like, they're gonna experience this cold world as it is in real time. And parents, we have this thing where we try to protect them and shelter them from it. Everything gonna be all right. But sometimes in this life, yeah, everything gonna be all right. But you're gonna feel this though. You're gonna
Yeah.
experience this. You're gonna see this. So, you know,
Let me put yourself back as a man with no kids.
yeah.
How would you approach the situation? Like, would you be like, if you was out there with no kids, you out there, you trying to find your queen, somebody to be with. You ain't out here just trying to smash and dash. You really out here, looking for some serious. Like, how would you approach the situation? Would you be more actively looking for women with no kids, or you be trying to go that approach of, I'm just looking for a good woman. It don't matter how many kids she have, blah blah blah. I just want my person that fits well with me. Like, what would be your methodology to going about that process?
Knowing what I know now, using
Mm-hmm.
my current brain,
Okay. I'm gonna
I
pull
wouldn't.
up while you talking about that, guys. I'm not Maker's Mark is not a sponsor of this program tonight.
Shit, they need to be.
They need to be.
Man, listen. Make us mark. Make your introduction. You hear me? We need that.
Need that brand
Yeah, yeah,
sponsorship.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We need that advertisement. Get that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We need that ad, man. Hey, listen, welcome them deals, man. Yeah, we about that money. We need that. So check this
Yeah.
out. With my current mind, I wouldn't limit my options. I believe I'll be limitless, right? I go back to God right here, right? A pastor once told me that God's ways, he said, if I had a handful of sand, he asked me how many grains of sand are in my hand, maybe over 1,000,000. He said, that's how many ways God has, right, for your life, right? So I look at that perspective, it's like, damn, I'm limitless in my potential, right? So in that case, I don't have to settle if I don't want to. How many women in the world is it? Right? I can go to Canada. I can go to South America, Central America, the Caribbean, Africa, Australia, India, Southeast Asia, Russia, Europe, Tokyo. I can go to Japan. I can go to the Middle East. It ain't no Middle East, but I can go to one of the Arab countries, right? Saudi Arabia. I can go to Iraq, Iran, name one, right? So with that, how many of those women are single with no children? I'm pretty sure it's over a couple million. So what that tells me is I need to get out of my own space, right? I need to expand my horizons, be more open minded. and actually go out, seek the world, right? Find myself first, and then go out and seek the world, and let the cards fall where they may. Let God lead me there. That's it.
So basically, you would go with a woman with no kids. That's what you going after.
If that's my thing, right? It depends on what mindset I'm in, right? What do I really? And I'm gonna tell you this: it's not even about what. It's not even about whether she has kids or not. It's about whether she's suitable for me or not, right? Suitable
Mm,
means whether she's the right person for me, not compatible, because compatibility is a sign of suitability. But is she suitable? Which means is she's the right person. So
okay. So she's the right person, and she got two kids. You doing it?
that's right. What
Okay.
bunny tail
All right.
clap? That's right.
All right. That's right. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I hear you. It ain't no right or wrong answer. I just want to
Yeah.
get your
It don't
perspective.
matter. Yeah. It don't
Yeah.
matter. Because
Yeah. That's
if
that's
she's a
what's
good
up.
mother and she has shown that she is a great example of motherhood and a matriarch, then who am
Mm-hmm.
I to say no? This is not a good one. Why would I say no? Because she
That
has children.
that other ninja that might be getting involved in y'all situation.
Yeah, but if she's showing the example, not the
Uh huh.
potential, but if
Okay.
she's showing an example of what motherhood looks like, or what an example of value, of virtue, right, of femininity,
Keep
right?
talking at me. Put me get my charger. Keep talking though. I'm
Yeah,
ready to go
yeah.
put my laptop about to die. Hey, keep talking. You keep talking.
Yeah, man. Hey, yo, why he going to get a child of y'all poor betray? Hey, but check this out. But if she's showing an example of motherhood, of virtue, of femininity, of nurturing, and she's giving you the example of a quiet space, a peaceful space, a soft space, a warm space, a home space, right? Then that's a great one. If that's the kind of woman you want, that's a great woman. And not only that, but she shows a healthy uh, relationship when it comes to co-parenting. Why would you say no because she has children? Who's to say that you will find this type of woman in a woman with no children? Who's to say that?
Mm.
How
Okay.
can you
Okay.
say this a no when and want this yes? No, because to lead a home, you have to be a good steward, right? Who's to say that this woman with no children will have these same qualities and you can be a steward over her, right? But if
Mm.
she's showing that she's agreeable and that she's cooperative and that she's willing to follow you, why would you say no? And she's suitable, which means she's
Okay.
showing you that she not only is a great mother, but that she also adds value to your life, right?
Mm.
She also makes you a better man. She gives you a bigger perspective on life. She nurtures you to greatness. You was a good man when you met her, but she's showing you that she can make you a great man.
How she gonna make you a great man?
What do you mean? So when a woman is suitable, she's weak where you're strong. She's strong where
Okay.
you're weak, right?
Okay. All right.
Right. What you can't do, she can do. So she's bringing you balance. I'm not strong in
Mm.
this area, baby. Don't worry, I got you right there. That means that she's making you better. So when you guys present yourself as a whole, there is no weakness, right?
Mm.
Because you're
Okay.
strong where she's
Okay.
weak, right? So who's to say that this won't work? Who's to say that she isn't the right one, right? Because a woman brings her 50. I ain't talking about bills. I'm talking about her whole self. That's
Mm-hmm.
half of you to make you guys whole. Because a woman
Okay.
came to make the man whole, actually. 50-50
Okay.
makes a whole. Your half, her half. Your wholeness and her wholeness make a whole whole. Make
A
sense?
whole y'all don't be drinking too hard. He said make a whole hole, not make a whole hole.
It's both of them. Because when it's bed, hey, when it's nighttime, she bring it out. You hear me? Yeah, that one too.
Hey man. Ooh man.
What
Yeah,
Charles
that
White
makes
say?
sense.
What Charles White say? Hey, this my hope. I can't tell you what to do with your hope, but it's my hope. Straight up. Straight up, man.
Hey, nah, that's real talk though. Nah, that's real talk though, man.
Really
It's like, but it's a it's that's real talk. But at the
Real,
end of
bro.
the day, now it ain't some now it's some men just ain't built for that stepdaddy life, man. It
Straight
just
up.
some men ain't built for that stepdaddy life. And
Yeah.
women need to respect that side of things too. Don't look at a man like like I don't know what's the word, a bad person because he don't want to deal with somebody else's kids either. Like it's
Man, forget what they thinking, man. How they feel, man.
that's
Hey,
true.
that ain't my business. How you feel
I
about me
know,
ain't my
but
business.
but just for discussion wise,
Yeah.
ladies, I'm gonna look at the camera. Ladies, don't knock men for when they don't want to be a stepdaddy.
Yeah.
Like I know a lot of times y'all say y'all don't
But you
care
get your
if a
light
man
skin on, you licking your lips. I see you, bro.
if a man don't want you, they don't want you. I know y'all probably saying it in your head. We don't care if they don't want us. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, y'all be talking down on brothers like that say, hey, we don't want to date single mothers. Let that be okay. It's a lot of y'all that don't want to date men with kids at the same time.
Fact.
So stop being hard on the brothers that don't want to date kids or be serious with women with kids.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of from my post y'all see it's a lot of men out there that happily do not mind being a stepfather. So
Yeah.
y'all still have y'all options too. So yeah, man,
That's
that
thanks.
yeah,
Thanks.
it's the truth. But I don't know where I fall at on that realm of things.
What you
I really don't. I really don't,
you,
man.
you say you 50-50? Or you just
I don't know. I don't know. I'm anti being a stepfather or I don't
what,
know where I'm at. It
let me
really
ask,
come like you. I tell you
what's
what.
your
It
biggest
really
fear?
do it.
What's your fear of being a stepfather? Because to say I don't know, which means that you have a drawback or you're hesitant. I have questions about this and how what it looks like, how it's going to go, etc., etc. What's your fear
Mm,
about this?
man, I don't know if I'm just wired to love another man child like that.
Why?
Cause it ain't my seed, and I know it ain't my seed. Like
I'm actually.
I can't pour all into something that ain't mine.
All right.
I don't even like dealing with kids like that on a day-to-day basis, man.
Yeah.
Especially I've been living by myself for so long for me
Mm,
to deal with somebody else's kids. At least I know if it's my seed,
mm.
then yeah, I put that energy into it. But me putting that energy and trying to parent somebody else's seed that ain't mine, I don't know if I can. I don't know, man. I'm at that age. I don't even want to be bothered with nobody else's child like that.
Ain't nothing wrong
I'm,
with that.
I'm 40, man. I'm
It's,
40, man. I ain't got
it's a wrap.
I ain't got that type of energy. I ain't like a young man to be dealing with another nigga. If I gotta deal
Yeah.
with another ninja,
Yeah.
then on top of that, gotta do it with the politics of dealing with the woman, dealing with her kids.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for all that, man.
All right, but check this, bro. What's it now? That's the negative perspective, right? Let me say that's the toxic version, right? Use the word toxic, right?
Okay, okay.
That's the toxic version. How because the first thing you went to was dysfunction, right? Right. This is just a dysfunction. It's just it will be a dysfunctional experience. Now let's move that to the side because that's always the first thing. What about if it's a functional, healthy dynamic or healthy situation, right?
Mm,
What does that look like? You know what I mean? Because one thing that people, when certain topics or conversations come up, the first thing that human beings do is they go left, which is they go to the way of where it's skewed, or where it's devastating, or where it's darkness, or where there's unrighteousness or dysfunctional. They go to the extreme left of what's bad, the cup, the glass half empty, right?
mm.
But
Yeah.
let's go to where the glasses half full, right? Where there's hope,
Okay.
where there's light, where there's love, where there's compassion, where there's healing, where there's joy, right? Where there's patience, right? Where there's temperance, etc., etc. Like let's go to that way where there's righteousness and honor, right?
Mm.
What does that look like? How does that make you feel? How does that make you think? You know what I mean? The possibilities, right? Because we could
Okay.
harp on the left side all day. That's always
Yeah.
going to be no. But what about the side that's full of honor and integrity, right?
Mm.
How does that look, right? So
You got a point. That's a good point. I
yeah,
tell you what, if I were to go in down that road, she got to give me my own. I gotta have my baby with her. I gotta have my baby. That ain't even no option. If I go down the stepdaddy route, she gotta be able to give me my own child.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's the
yeah, yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
I got, yeah, she gotta give me my own, man.
She gotta give you. Hey, what they say? I gotta give me me. Give me me, man.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. All day, every day. That's hey, like if you about my age and you got you like a 5 or 6 year old,
Yeah.
man, I probably can't do it. Cause 40, you 40, you done making babies. And
Yeah.
you got a young baby too,
Yeah.
5, 6 years old.
It's a wrap.
I gotta deal with a young baby. Then you can't give me my own,
Yeah.
man. She
But
might
there's some
shit.
older women out here that there's some older women out here that want children though.
Man,
It ain't a lot. It ain't a
ain't a
lot.
lot. But
It ain't,
I don't
it's a few of them.
I can't fault no older woman for not wanting kids either.
Yeah.
I can't come up to no woman like 42. Man, listen, I want you to start this whole process back over, you know.
But you know what though? You know what, man? The Bible say this: a woman's desire is for her husband, right? If a woman is truly a wife and her desire is truly for her husband,
hmm
and her husband wants a child, because she desire her husband, she will go to God to open her womb, right?
Man, these
So
women are ungodly out here. What you talking
yeah,
about, man?
well, that ain't for you. So what I'm saying is, a woman that's desired her husband wants to do the thing that's pleasing to her husband, right?
Uh-huh.
Because a marriage means unselfishness, right? It's always giving and giving. Love never stops giving. Ain't no such thing as mine and yours. There is a ours, because what's ours is we're constantly reciprocating this giving, right? And
Mm.
so if a wife desires a husband like she's supposed to, then baby, do you want a child? I want a child. Let's have a child. Why? I want to give you what you desire because my desire is for you. And likewise, the desire for a man is for his wife. I
Mm.
want to please my wife, you know? So, bro, we just become accustomed to self-centeredness, bro.
Yeah,
It's all about me. And so that skews our train of thought
I'm kind of
because now,
selfish.
yeah, our lens is now crooked. We're not standing upright anymore. We're now leaning to the left. We're leaning this way. And it's really hard to compromise leaning this way, right? It's
Mm.
really hard to see another lens, another perspective when we're leaning this way because I'm leaning towards myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we have these conversations, man, there's an imbalance, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. But
yeah,
we can talk about, what's been going on in your world, man. What hot topic what's been on your mind? We don't have to step on this. We don't
hey,
have to stay on this
man,
topic.
you know,
What you
man,
want?
listen,
It sounds like you want to talk about something else tonight, man. What? Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let you run this tonight. What you
hey,
really want to talk about tonight?
man, you know, man, hey, listen, bro. It's a few things. It's a few things, bro.
Go shoot it off, man.
Man, first of all, Cardi B, man, and that WAP, man, that didn't work. Check engine light on, bro.
What happened? I ain't in the loop. What
Hey, so
happened?
check this, man. So Cardi B,
I know her man left her, right?
I don't know, bro. All I know, they saying he cheating and blah blah blah. He was with another woman on his birthday. I don't know, but I do know. I
Okay.
posted
Okay.
about this. She made a video on live on IG. I was talking about going in on her husband, man, calling them all kind of BANs and et cetera, et cetera. And she
What?
went, and I'm like this here. How you gonna publicly disrespect your husband to strangers on your live? Like we in y'all.
But they ain't rocking no more because he's some little chick came out saying he was knocking her.
Bro, listen, that ain't our business. Number one. Number two, y'all married.
No,
That's
Krishan said she was getting knocked off by old boy.
Blueface said that right, but it don't matter. It don't matter about that. Listen, I don't care about that. I'm saying this. That is your husband. Why are you telling a million strangers about your business about your husband? And you talking, and not only that, you disrespecting this man to the utmost to strangers about your husband. But just about, what was that, 4 years ago, you was talking about
Uh-huh.
WAP. You don't cook, you don't clean, blah 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 blah,
Oh.
with that WAP. So
Uh-huh.
you influenced millions of women that
Mm.
all they had to bring was some WAP. And here you are in your own marriage where your WAP wasn't enough to keep your husband. And
And he going to snagger to Krishan.
I don't know who he with. He with another woman right now. I don't know. But all I know is that. So
Well, hey, it
listen,
take
Brian.
more than WAP to keep us around.
Brian, listen, bro. And so my thing is this.
Why women push back so hard on cooking and cleaning, man? That don't take all day to do all that. It don't take long to cook and clean.
Man, bro. Media is mud. Media does a lot, bro. You
Social
know,
media is hell.
it ain't just social media, it's music, it's radio, it's TV shows, and lately we've been seeing a lot of women superheroes. So they feel like they don't, this is, cooking and cleaning is beneath me now because I can do all these things with these superpowers I have, right? But it's like, yes, you can. No one says you couldn't. But what happens is you forget about home because home still needs nurturing, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Home still needs your attention, your love, and your time. Home still needs a woman. You
Yeah,
can
and the things the men want,
is
like if we say we want a woman to cook and clean and take care of the house,
yeah,
that's obvious. That's obvious. That's something that ain't in our strength necessarily. We can do it,
facts, yeah, yeah, yeah,
but it ain't something just necessarily we be wanting to do.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's
Absolutely,
where that yin and yang thing come
that's
in
right.
at. You know,
Absolutely,
and then a
absolutely.
woman can say like, we can pay somebody to do that, or we can. Then that mean I don't need you. Then at least
Uh,
make yourself. If you want to be a valuable, you want to be a valuable asset to a man. Be the things that a man want.
yeah,
You know.
yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
And I agree with that. But I'll say this: if a man is in position to outsource some of those things, that's okay too. You know what I mean? You got to think about this. If we have the means to outsource cleaning to where we hire a nanny or a maid, and we have the means to outsource cooking, we can hire a chef or whatever. We can do that because now we don't have to worry about that. We can spend more time doing us things that we actually enjoy doing, right?
But
She don't.
what is she doing? If like in this in the world today, women say they want a provider. They want a man that can provide. If that man is providing and he's paying for that service, then what is she bringing? What is she bringing?
So I think if they have children, she can be raising the children, right? I mean, I look at LeBron and his wife. Savannah
Yeah,
don't work. They got chefs,
yeah.
they got nannies, they got a team. But you could tell that that woman puts in work with her family, right?
Mm,
So it's not a matter of her duties or responsibilities. It's a matter of her priorities, right?
mm,
So what happens is people get so caught up in duties and responsibilities. You got to do
yeah,
this. I got to do that. Blah 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 blah. But the main thing is the main thing. What's the first priority? If it's a
yeah.
wife, it's my family. If it's a husband, it's still my family. Now, the
Okay.
means that I do to take care of my family is another thing, but my main priority is my family. So if we are
Mm,
prioritizing our family, it don't matter if we outsource duties and responsibilities or insource duties and responsibilities. It's still prioritizing our family, right?
mm,
Because now if we are outsourcing it, we have more time for our marriage and our children. Because now I don't have to
okay.
be tied to the kitchen for an hour. That hour can be tied to pleasing my wife or the wife or husband, or that hour can be teaching our children something spiritual, cultural, community wise, volunteering, etc., etc. We have more time, right? So if I'm
Yeah.
outsourcing, I have time. It's like a business. If you outsource a lot of
Mm,
your things, you have the means to do it. You now have more time to build the business, right? And it's the
mm,
same way. So it's not about duties and responsibilities, bro. It's about prioritizing family first. And when I look at dating, we're not prioritizing family. We're prioritizing our convenience. What's convenient for me and my desires
mm.
goes back
Okay.
to self-centeredness. We're not mindful enough. You know,
Okay.
and I say this, I'm vegan, right? I post about it all the
Okay.
time. I'm vegan, I'm vegan, I'm vegan, I'm vegan, vegan.
Yeah, unfortunately,
You
yeah.
know, shut up. Hey, but look, what I notice is this. People will know you vegan and still not be mindful. They'll know I'm vegan and still but not be mindful of me, my diet, right? Yeah, but me, when I do something, I'm mindful of people that's not vegan, right? So I'll make
Mm,
things that they like to eat because I'm thinking about other people, right? But in this society we live in, people are not mindful because they're so caught up in their own selves. Mine,
mm,
me, what I want, what I desire, what I think, who I am, what I'm doing, right? What I got, etc., etc. And that's actually the divide we have. It's not men versus women. It's me versus you. Period.
man, we can end it on that right there, man. We can end it on there. That's a good. That's a great way to end it. Hey, Antoine, we need to do more talks like this, man. Like I said, man, I'm about to get back in the game
You need
with this
to.
live. I'm ready to get back in the game, man, with this live streaming, man. Get back on YouTube more actively,
Hey,
Facebook Live. We need to have these discussions because people can see me posting and stuff, man. They
yeah,
don't. They
you
think I'm
gotta
just a.
engage with
They
them,
think.
bro.
They think. Yeah, they think I'm just an asshole, man. I'm really not, man. I'm really
I say the
not.
same about
I,
me.
I'm really not. I'm the most down to earth, humble,
Yeah,
cool ass dude, man.
yeah.
I hate my posts be coming off like I'm this jerk, man. I'm really
Yeah.
not the jerk, man.
That's because man, they ain't matching the face and the voice, man. They don't get to see.
Yeah.
Sometimes you
I'm
gotta
just
speak the word, bro. Like they
I'm
say
just
the
a good
same
old
about me.
I'm just a down home country Mississippi dude, man. So
Boy, it
so
sound like you
yeah.
listen to Black Street. Good love it, ain't it? Like,
Yeah. We gonna have to make this like a Friday thing. It's something about
man.
these Friday night discussions,
Yeah,
man.
man, they get hot. Yeah, yeah,
People be at home on Friday night, like a 9 o'clock talk,
yeah,
We
yeah.
can talk about everything that happened throughout the week, And
Everything and anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
everything and anything.
man.
So
Make sure you get Maker's Mark the god dog on me advertising, come on with that
man,
partnership
Maker's Mark
deal,
ain't
bro.
gonna fuck with us, man.
Hey,
Maker's
hey,
Mark
yes
make the
they will, man.
conversation better.
Hey,
Maker's Mark
hey,
make the
look,
conversation better.
hey, Jose Cuervo too, man. You hear me,
Jose,
man? Hey,
Jose,
man,
that's my
man,
friend.
advertising, man. Listen, man.
Jose, Jose.
Man, we're looking for partnerships, man. I'm telling you, hey, Marcus Mark
We
make
gonna
your mark, baby.
Baby, make the mark. But hey,
Hey,
folks, hey, before we go, just remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel,
you did.
Kentu Sankara. That's the name of the YouTube channel, Kentu Sankara. That's the YouTube channel name, Straight Talk with Kentu. Go
Yeah,
ahead, subscribe, like, share. We gonna be chopping it up by everything. I'm gonna have some more cool ass guests
you
on the
did.
program on Friday nights. We gonna chop it up. We gonna talk about shit I didn't talk about on Facebook. This is the stuff that get a lot of comments. Um, I'm gonna have to touch on that color purple, man. That's gonna be the next discussion, man. I might do that on Monday,
The
maybe
movie.
Sunday night. They making a new movie for Color Purple, man.
Why?
It's coming out. People talking about they going on Christmas to see it.
What? So my question is this: why they ain't
Man, let's
coming out
do
with
it
a new?
now.
Why they ain't
Let's
doing
do it
Birth of a
now.
Nation? Why they ain't doing that Turner's? Why they ain't doing
You
Birth?
know why. You
Man,
know
listen,
why. You
that's
know why,
crazy.
man. You
That's
know
crazy.
why.
I ain't going
You
to see
know
that.
why.
I'm not
You
going.
know why.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm
You
saying?
know why.
I don't want to see no color purple. Birth of a
Color
Nation
Purple
need to
is
come
the
back.
Color Purple is the worst movie made to make black men look bad, man. That
That
whole we
and
gonna have
Roots.
to do
That and Roots.
Roots too.
Man,
You think
Roots
Roots
gotta
made
go,
black
bro.
man? You think
Man,
Roots
Roots
made
gotta
black
go,
man
bro.
look bad?
Roots gotta go, bro.
Really?
Man, Roots gotta
Really?
go. Bro, if
Man,
it
we
ain't
gonna have
nothing like Birth of a Nation, I don't want to see it. It don't need that. Listen,
mm.
delete everything. If it
Birth of
ain't
a
Birth of
Nation was cold. That was
yeah,
a good one. That was
yeah,
a good one. But
yeah.
when he brought that out, man, they tried to slander that man's name.
Man, you know they couldn't make it. They couldn't let them make it clean, bro.
I don't think
But check this out, bro. I'm
I
glad
ain't
you
heard
said
no
it.
more from him no more.
Now you know he made another movie after that. It was called American Something, where it was something about America. It was dope. It was a dope movie though. But
Yeah.
this the thing. Black women went crazy about this man when Birth of a Nation came out, right?
Okay.
I made a post about this. Um, Kanye, Nick Cannon, Dame Dash, and Kanye, Nick Cannon, Dame Dash, and Kyrie Irving when they had went against the Jews, right? All of them went against the Jews at different times for their own specific reasons, right?
Okay.
All the
Okay.
all the black people vilified them, man, cast them down and verbally castrated them, financially castrated them, right? Etc. Etc. Talking about whatever they was talking about. But then they turned right around just recently and said we stand with Palestine, right? How is it that you guys go against prominent black men that stood against the Jews for various things that helps black men and black women alike collectively, and y'all vilify them, y'all marginalize them, and y'all subjugate them and castrate them, right? Because they had an unpopular opinion, motive, idea, thought, right? Deal that went against the Jews and Zionists, right?
Mm.
Kyrie Irving tweeted a link. Black men and media, everybody went against this brother for a link, right? Hebrews the Negroes, the movie, right? Black people went against Kyrie. Dame Dash and Jay Z, Leah Cohen, a known Jew, separated those two and persuaded Jay Z to go to Def Jam, become president, and to sell Rockefeller. That was betrayal. That's number one, right? But people went against Dame Dash and say Dame Dash wrong. But it was the Jew that separated them. Kanye. Kanye ousted the Jews with the Adidas deal, with his trainer trying to put him into a mental institution, trying to dope him up with psychotropic meds, right? Etc. Etc. Exposing the Jews in the music industry, and it's showing that it was the Jews that started all the beefs with all these black rappers and got most of them killed or they're getting killed, and promoting this black influence of music with sex exploitation, prostitution, murder, homicide, drug deals, and addiction, etc. He lost everything, right? Nick Cannon said black people are the real Jews. He lost his ABC deal and he lost his own show Wild and Out, right? Lost everything to it, and they made him apologize. So black people
Mm-hmm.
watched the public lynching of these four powerful black men lose everything and become castrated, right? Just recently, black people started to say they stand with Palestine against the same Zionists that castrated and publicly lynched and buck broke four black men. The hypocrisy, right? This is about the hypocrisy of the black collective, right? Which goes back to what you was about to say, well, about Birth of a Nation and black women, how they publicly lynched and castrated this brother, Nate Parker, about his movie Birth of a Nation. And it's just like, man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, man, it's a real. It make you like, damn. It's a real, like, bro, like, we really are white supremacists in black skin.
Mm. We gonna touch on that on another one. I do wanna break down this whole color purple thing, man. Why women still want to support a new color purple. I might do I might I might do that once I'm gonna get a thumbnail made for that one, man. When I get that thumbnail made for that one, man, we gonna have to talk about this one because
I ain't watching
I'm
that shit,
I'm
bro. I
I'm
do
I'm
not want to see
I'm
signature. I do not want to watch none of
I'm
that.
still mad, man. I'm still mad. Women want to still support color purple, man. That shit crazy,
They
man.
like the
Like
trauma. They trauma bonding. They like to see the sexual
it.
abuse, the assault,
One
the
woman told me,
degradation.
no, one woman on my post told me that it's bringing awareness to what's going down. Like it ain't black men in the past or currently just going around doing the shit that you seen in color purple.
That's weird, bro.
I don't
That's
know why. I don't know why black women have this idea that our grandfathers were just doing
horrible
some
monsters.
monsters, man. Come on, man.
That's through the programming of white feminists,
And
right?
it's a feminist wrote the book, and then Oprah and Steven Spielberg made a movie on it.
Come on, man.
And
It's
then now they got women thinking that our grandfathers and great grandfathers was just
well,
these
monsters.
horrible men, man.
Yeah.
Man, they our great grandfathers and folks, they were great men. The shit they
Yeah,
had to deal with,
yeah,
it of course it's always a few bad apples, but it's these women make it seem like it was damn near all of the men back
yeah.
then.
That's because they're easy. Listen, I'll say this, bro. This mindset then started to the crack babies. Like this generation of women you're talking about, they were born in the 80s or late 70s, right?
Mm,
So they came in an era where the family was already broken. Crack was hidden, gang bang was hidden, and wasn't no leaders in the community. So they didn't have the consciousness. When they were getting the consciousness in rap and hip hop specifically, the Jews came and took hip hop and made it gangsterism, right? So now you got blacks exploitation with the prostitution, the drugs, the addiction, the gang banging, the murders, the beefs, etc., low vibrational music, right? But prior
mm,
to the 70s, the 60s babies don't talk about the great grandfathers being these monsters. They love their fathers, right? The baby boomers love their fathers, right? So there's a miseducation that's happening of the Negro. Carter G. Woodson. There's a miseducation of the Negro that's happening that's very widespread because this generation of men and women, the 80s babies and the late 70s babies, wasn't raised by history and culture. We were raised by TV and media, in
mm.
radio, in magazines, right? So our understanding comes from that place. And not only that, we don't our understanding comes from outside of ourselves because these aren't our own thoughts. Now, were there some abusers amongst black men? Absolutely. But what about the white men too? Weren't they raping your grandmama? How you think mixed babies came along? Right? Were there some black fathers that had some outside children? Of course. Wasn't there some white men that had some outside children too? And some of them were black. Of
Mm.
course. So if you want to have this conversation, then let's have it equally. Don't just point fingers at the black man. Oh, he was this monster. No. Yeah, there was some black men that had some outside children. Yeah, absolutely in the 30s, right? Absolutely. White men too. Jews too, right? So if we're going to have an honest, transparent conversation, then at least let us come with some knowledge of self and some true cultural education. Let's not have this black men are monsters because that black men are monsters mindset comes from white supremacy. Only white people think that black men are monsters. If black men were so
Mm.
much monsters, why do we have all these slave revolts? Why was there a Black Wall Street in Rosewood, right? And so many other in
Mm.
Harlem, and why was there a Orange Mountain, Tennessee, which was the first wealthiest, self-sustainable black community in the nation before there was a Harlem, right?
Mm.
Right? What was this Elijah Muhammad and the NOI? Those were black men in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and to this day.
Garvey.
And Marcus Garvey and Booker T. These are black
Yeah.
men. Okay, let's the civil rights movement. Those were black men. The Deacons of Defense were black men, right? The Black Panther
Yeah.
Party, right? These were black men. Kwame Ture were black men. These were leading. So what are
Exactly.
integration and black men going to these schools were young black boys. So
Starting these historic HBCUs
black
was black
boys,
man. Yeah.
right? Doing Reconstruction, those were black men. So if we're gonna
Yeah.
have an honest conversation, most of when you see the black inventions were made by black men. The AC, right? The lights, everything that we used in the commonality that was stolen from black inventors were black men. So if we're gonna have a conversation, let's have an honest, transparent conversation. Don't just make most black men become monsters because that's a white supremacist mindset. That's their thought because that's how
Exactly.
they keep us second class.
Exactly.
And
Preach, man.
right,
We gonna end it on that, man, cause we gonna get in more in depth about it. But hey, man, I just want to thank you for joining on, taking
yeah,
time out of your Friday night, man, and folks, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I said, I'm gonna be more consistent now. I'm about to get back in the game, making more videos, and hey, everyone, y'all have a good Friday night. Y'all take
like
care.
to have a man.
Peace.
Peace.